Welcome back to Baby Takes. Sorry we couldn't get an episode out last week. We had a lot of stuff going on. Zach was coming back, obviously. But we have a special one this Tuesday is when you'll see this one. And then we're going to have another one closer this weekend highlighting what has happened in round 2 of the Baby Takes Fantasy League playoffs, which have been insane so far. So today we are having a tier list with the potential Nebraska starting quarterbacks. Nebraska has been in the news a lot because everyone knows they got to push for a quarterback. Everyone knows this is Scott Frost's last chance, and he's going to want someone experienced in there to make the decisions for him, especially after 4-year starter A.J. Martinez is out. So we got a few quarterbacks here, a few that have already committed. We'll talk about those. But before we get to that, Zach, you got anything?
So I just want to start off that when we're thinking about this, obviously the guy that's going to recruit the quarterback is the offensive coordinator, Mark Whipple, out of Pitt, who pretty much developed Kenny Pickett, Ben Roethlisberger, and Donovan McNabb into great quarterbacks. And a lot of people are like, well, can't be Logan Smothers because Mark Whipple wants a pocket passer. Can't be Heinrich Harburg because, well, Mark Whipple wants a pocket passer. And then Whipple came out and said the only things that the quarterback that he wants has to have is leadership, winning mentality, toughness, work ethic, and obviously just a little bit of raw talent. And he said that this may come off wrong, but Whipple said the best quarterbacks he's worked with have been pricks. He said he's never really seen a quarterback that's been a nice guy that's been successful. But he explained that it wasn't about the quarterback being a jerk necessarily, but more just like being able to lead the team and tell the coaches like, hey, I don't like running that play, or hey, I really like running this play, so that they can see how to develop that quarterback into how he can be the best he can possibly be.
Right. Yeah, in that press conference, he also alluded to he's not really looking for one type of quarterback. He's looking for the quarterback that can make his team the best.
Yeah.
So he said,
because I feel like he's very. I mean, you look at Kenny Pickett, Ben Roethlisberger, and Donovan McNabb. 3 completely different quarterbacks. In a way.
Ish. Young Ben Roethlisberger was a lot like Kenny Pickett, I think.
Yeah, but I just think he's very versatile on how what type of quarterback he can develop. So he's not looking for a type of quarterback. He's looking for a guy that's gonna buy in and be like, whatever you say, I will do, and I'm gonna give you feedback so that you can do the best for me.
Yeah. So that's gonna come into factor with a few of these guys. So let's just start it off. The first 4 we have are the ones that are already committed, and we are recording this on December 20th. So if you see this any later than that and they have already committed, just know that it is currently, what time is it? 8:43 on December 20th. So cut us some slack. So I put 4 on here, but they're already committed. So Bo Nix yesterday committed to Oregon. Dylan Gabriel's going to UCLA. Miles Brennan, who is very heavily rumored to go to Nebraska, is going back to LSU. And Spencer Rattler is going to South Carolina to reunite with his old coach. So I think we should just get right into it. The tiers we have, the top tier is drink the Kool-Aid. So, like, you're buying in. Like, you're drinking the Kool-Aid, you're all in. Next one, Scott Frost Savior. Everybody knows if Scott Frost doesn't perform, this is his last year. This is his last chance. So this is the guy that we think can save Scott Frost's job. Next one is no clue / or too early to tell. So maybe a young guy that hasn't really played or hasn't played at all that you really have no idea about. Next one is okay, I guess. This is ones you're like, all right, it's fine, but you're not getting too excited about it. Next one is please no, ones that we do not want. Like, please, if you are listening to this, do not come to Nebraska. And then, obviously, we got the already committed tier. So, let's get right into it. The first one is one of my favorites, if not my favorite, in Cameron Ward. I love this guy. He has a really, really interesting story. Ran a wing T in high school, which is, if you don't know what that is, it's a heavy run, heavy option style. So he didn't get a lot of looks, barely got any FCS looks, but then he went to...
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at his senior year of his senior year of high school stats. He had 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, 3 picks, 4 rushing touchdowns. I mean, he only threw the ball 124 times.
Yeah, so
in the whole season,
not a lot.
And so he just didn't get the
attempts.
The attempts and the
But
no one got to see his ability.
But his second year at Incarnate World.
Word.
Incredible. Like, read off those stats.
Second year?
Yeah, his second year stats.
So we got a little 65% completion percentage, 4,600 yards, over 4,600 yards, 47 touchdowns, 10 picks. And then we're going to go...
That's crazy.
I mean, he's got to have rushing stats in here, right?
You'd think. Just a little bit, maybe.
No, not really.
Not really. Well, he's also agile, obviously. He can move.
No. Actually, he does. Well, he ran the ball 77 times.
That might count sacks, though.
61 yards, 1 touchdown.
Yeah, he can move. Pretty sure he can move. If he can't, call me dumb, whatever. But
I think he can move. He's just not mobile.
This is a high...
He can move in the pocket.
This is a high ceiling, but also a low floor move. But I think with the right people around him, he's still got 4 years of Division I eligibility left. So I think I really, really like this. I already know where I'm going to put him, but what do you think?
Yeah, so, I mean, as much as I really like him, and I think that, I mean, very easily could be the next big thing, I'm going to actually put him in the no clue or too early to tell.
Really?
Just because of the levels he's going from. So right now he's going from Incarnate Word, which obviously isn't that high of a level. So if he were to come to Nebraska, I don't think he'd be putting up the same stats.
Oh, no, I'm not saying he's going to put up that much.
And I mean, we've seen before times where, I mean, QBs even come from FCS to Division I and they're not what everyone predicted them to be. I think he'd be good. But I think it is too early to tell here. I mean, that's just what I'm basing it off of, is the too early to tell kind of thing. Just because the level of football that he's going from, I would love to have him. It'd definitely be one of my top picks. But that's why, like, I'm not putting him in that tier because I think he's worse than other guys. I'm putting him in that tier because I wouldn't sell on it right now. Just because I don't think it's the guy to save Scott Frost's job because there's no for sure because he's coming from a lower tier.
Okay. Well, I was gonna go actually all the way to the top, drink the Kool-Aid. But since the points you made were relevant, I'll side with you on this one for no clue / too early to tell. But the next guy, another guy I really like, Kedon Slovis. Heard some rumors. Don't really know anything for sure. We do know his top 3 allegedly are Cal, Arizona, and Nebraska. So I think this guy's a real deal.
Yeah, obviously battling some injuries right now with his leg, looks like. So his last year he really got to play football would have been, well, I guess he did play last year and just didn't do too well. But the last year he really put up some numbers was 2019, 3,500 yards with 30 touchdowns and 9 picks. I don't know that he's mobile.
He can move, but he's not a running quarterback.
And I don't think we need a mobile quarterback, especially with Mark Whipple. It looks like he's got negative 150 yards.
Yeah, I think that's counting sacks.
Yeah.
So that's a little off-putting, but I think he can move. Obviously, he's not going to be A.J. Martinez or anything, but he can move. No, I really like him. He was projected to be a top pick in this upcoming draft, and I think that's for a reason. So, I don't know. I really like him. I was thinking Scott Frost savior. I wasn't going to go drink the Kool-Aid because he did have some off years. I don't know. It's kind of hard to gauge the COVID year because everybody had a weird year.
Yeah.
Like, Indiana was undefeated for a long time, and now they're
back to what
they usually are. Yeah, so you never really know. I like the Scott Frost Savior tier. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we could go there, or, I mean, yeah, we could probably go there. I wouldn't be too afraid to go to the too early to tell just because of the off years and the injuries, but
I don't know how many years of eligibility.
the difference between him and that Cameron Ward is that this guy's played at the Power 5 level.
At the highest level you can.
And so he knows what it's like.
Right.
He knows the pressure and everything. So, yeah, I'd put him there.
Scott Frost Savior. I like that.
I would say a lot of these quarterbacks I wouldn't put in there as the right-away starter, though. A lot of these quarterbacks I would put in there for competition with Heinrich Harburg and Logan Smothers that we have currently.
They know this. I mean, it's going to be a new system. But
I just want another quarterback to compete and make it so, like, because right now Logan Smothers is far and away the starter.
Right. Yeah, he's got the job. Well,
I want him to have to compete for that job.
Yeah, I think
so
I think they get a competition for sure. Mm-hmm. Some of these already committed guys, I mean,
they would have been the starter right away.
Spencer Rattler, obviously going to be the starter. Bo Nix, Dylan Gabriel, those are starters. I don't know about Miles Brennan, but
I think he would have been.
So, next up, speaking of the guy, we got Logan Smothers. We were at the Iowa game, and Logan Smothers for 3 quarters. 3.5 quarters.
I'd say for 4 quarters. I would.
I'm going to say for 3.5 quarters looked great.
Looked like the savior of this team. For that last half quarter, I still think he looked good.
He showed potential. But
that
he
last
made some costly mistakes.
A lot of people think that last throw was a lot worse than it is. It's a play it's a play that they always run, and I mean, I'm siding with Smothers on that throw.
It's just a miscommunication.
Why would the guy not run the post with under 30 seconds left? Why are you running a check route? I mean, whatever. I'm gonna put.
He pretty much only played in the Iowa game.
Yeah,
he played he played a little bit against Buffalo and Fordham.
But with those 3.5 quarters against one of the best defenses in the country, especially one of the best pass defenses in the country that I've seen at least, I am going to put him in the Scott Frost Savior.
Really?
Just because, I mean, he showed that he can do it, and then you've got, what's his name from LSU? The wide receiver coach.
Oh, Mickey Joseph.
Yeah, Mickey Joseph, who can help. I mean, he was a quarterback.
Right, at Nebraska.
At Nebraska. And then, obviously, Mark Whipple to work this entire offseason and all of next season. And Logan Smothers is so much potential. Tough, can run the ball, strong.
Not very big, but...
Not very big, but...
He can put on some weight for sure.
I mean, and he's got an arm, too.
So
I'd put him in that.
So you would rather stick with Logan Smothers than bring in a guy like Cameron Ward?
I wouldn't rather do it just because, I mean, like I said, that competition aspect.
Here's what I would rather do.
I would rather have the compete.
I would rather have a competition and Logan Smothers wins the competition than bring in nobody and Logan Smothers is starter.
Exactly.
Because then he beat this guy.
But I don't think it's too early to tell. I think we already know
I think
we already know that Logan Smothers, but I think we could put it in the okay, I guess, just because we're like, okay, like that's fine. Like I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, here's my stand on it. If we don't bring in a transfer and he gets the job, I think that's an okay, I guess.
Yeah.
If we bring in a transfer and he beats that transfer, I'd put him in the Scott Frost Savior.
Yeah. And currently we haven't brought in a transfer, so I'd put him in the okay, I guess, as of right now.
Yeah, it just feels weird to do that. I really like Smothers.
Yeah, but it's not because we don't want him. It's just because we're okay with it.
Okay, yeah.
It's not. We're not loving it and we're not hating it.
So the next one, Heinrich Harburg. Currently, he was the 3rd string behind all of them. Freshman, gonna come in as a freshman.
He is, yeah.
Redshirt freshman. He's got a good body. He's 6'5", but he's only 185. Got a rocket arm, apparently. We haven't seen it. I didn't watch the spring game, but I think he played in the spring game. But I didn't watch that. Got some offers.
Yeah, not from a whole lot of big programs when we got Boston College, Buffalo, Central Michigan, and Harvard.
Smart guy.
Smart guy, don't know. I mean, yeah, maybe that translates.
Yeah, I mean, this one's pretty obvious, I think.
Yeah, I mean, scouting report talks about him being an excellent athlete, good straight line speed, and he can escape the pressure, but he's actually a running threat as well. Throws the ball well and takes care of the ball, which is something we need that we've kind of struggled in these last few years. Great upside, but is likely needs some developmental time, which I think the guys that we brought in is perfect for that.
Well, I think it's perfect for some years down the line.
Yeah.
I think if you want to throw him in right now, I don't know if I would.
Yeah, I mean,
like
I don't want to throw him in the please no, though.
I mean,
I think I'm going to throw him right there in the okay, I guess, just because he's got raw talent and just because we have Mark Whipple and Mickey Joseph to develop him. I mean, don't count Scott Frost out. He was a quarterback in Nebraska, too. So
yeah, especially with him not really using as much time on the offense now.
Yeah, now that you got such a good corner,
he can really like manage things and dive deep into developmental stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like that. Next one, more recent one, Emory Jones from Florida. This guy split time this year, and Dan Mullen's last year. He's a fast guy. He can run.
Yes.
Sometimes his decision making isn't perfect, but he's got some raw talent for sure. He had some games. He was their leading rusher this year, I think.
Yeah, I mean, went over 1,000 yards. He's over 1,000 yards in his career right now, but he does only have one more year.
Yeah, so he'd be a one and done.
He'd be a one and done.
Which I'm not against.
I'm not against it,
because
but
that'll save Harburg another developmental year, Smothers another developmental year. I'm not saying,
but I'm
they
not
couldn't
too
win
sure
that
they wouldn't beat this guy out.
Right.
I mean, yeah, he's
good.
fast.
I mean, he's an SEC quarterback.
Yeah. I don't really look at his throwing stats and think this guy's great.
Last year, if we were bringing this guy in, I'd be like, okay, we can work with this.
Yeah.
But this year, obviously, we want to get the passing game with Whipple and bring in a wide receiver.
It's just, I mean, he threw 19 touchdowns, 13 or.
He also split time, but
But that's a lot of picks
yeah.
for splitting time. I mean, 19 touchdowns is average for splitting time, but 13 picks for splitting time is not good.
Yeah. The more I look at it, the less I like it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I'm gonna say please no on this one. I'm gonna throw him.
I agree.
Just because I feel like we have better options.
We do have. Yeah. That's right.
I feel like both of our younger guys are better than him, and then we have a recruit that we just signed out of Texas. Quarterback that he'll be a freshman, and I mean, and this guy.
If we're gonna get a one and done guy, let's get Kedon Slovis. Is what I'm saying.
And he's not gonna develop anymore. Fifth year senior. He's getting no draft look. Like
right.
If you're splitting time as a senior.
Yeah. Pretty tough.
It's not like Florida's got the top quarterback in the nation either. So
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Next one we have is youngin Harrison Bailey from Tennessee, former 4-star starter a few games in 2020. I think he might have 4 years of eligibility because COVID year, and then this year I don't think he played enough to lose his red shirt.
No, yeah, 4-star prospect out of Georgia, which has got some
some offers.
talent.
He got some good offers too, I think, but I'm not 100% sure.
He went 3 of 7 this year with 16 yards.
You can't really go off that.
He started 3 games as a freshman in 2020, so he's got
some SEC.
He's got that experience, and I don't know. I like it. I
like it. I just have no clue. Like, I'm actually gonna.
It's 24/7 here.
I'm gonna. No.
Yeah, so he's 6'4", 220, pro-style quarterback. Pretty much exactly what we want.
Yeah.
For Whipple, build-wise, got a great arm, I'm sure. He's undecided currently. He was the number 3 pro-style quarterback in this class. So polished pocket passer with sound mechanics, well coached, ability to drive the ball downfield and Shows really good touch. Posted good passing numbers against top competition in Georgia. And they said when he was in high school, they projected him to be, which I don't like how they do this. I think it's too early. But they said a third-day NFL draft selection.
Yeah, I mean, you can't take anything from that.
No, you can't. But, I mean, that does prove that, I mean, if you're thinking NFL draft early,
right, he's probably got the raw talent.
Yeah, he's got raw talent, doesn't provide a run threat, and needs to keep improving his mobility and feet. But I think we can work on that. Likely a Power 5 star with all-league ceiling should he continue to progress.
Yeah, so I just have no idea.
Yeah.
You think too early to tell, no clue, or you think okay?
I would say too early to tell, just because I think he's the perfect everything, but we don't know.
We have no idea. Yeah, he looks perfect on paper.
What we do know, he's the perfect one. But what we don't know is what's holding him back from putting him any higher.
Right. Like, why is he not started more? You know?
Yeah. They did bring in 2 transfers.
Okay.
Which
still, you
doesn't
never
help
know.
him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just too early to tell with him. Let's get that screenshot.
This next guy, though, man, I tell
you like
what,
this guy?
I like this guy a lot.
Jack Miller from Ohio State. Tough to start at Ohio State when you got a 5-star every single year to compete with.
Yeah, and I mean, this guy's a 4-star, and he's on the high end of the 4-star because he's a .89, and I believe it's a .9 to be a 5.
Yeah, I think so.
He's, I mean, this is about the highest B+ you can get without making an A.
He got a lot of good offers.
He's got offers from Ohio State, Alabama, Arizona State, and Auburn.
So big schools.
So some big schools. Obviously, he is also a pro style. He's 6'4", 210.
But I think he can move a little bit.
So yeah, being a little slimmer.
I may be wrong, but I think he actually ran a touchdown against Nebraska in 2020. I don't know if you can check that, but yeah, this guy's got potential. I like this guy more than the Harrison Bailey. I don't know if I'd put him in the savior category because we literally haven't seen him play a real game, but I like him, and obviously Zach likes him too.
Yeah, I like him a lot, but yeah, I don't know if we can put him in the savior category. It's pretty close though. I almost want to.
I don't know, dude.
Because he looks so good.
Right, he looks so good.
But I think he looks better than Harrison Bailey, though.
Really?
I think on paper he looks better just because he's slimmer and he can run a little bit. And I think we still need that to run a little bit.
Yeah, because Scott Frost is going to... Yeah, and Whipple said he's going to incorporate some of the zone read stuff that Scott Frost is really good at because he had success with it. So
yeah, but I think I'll put it... If there was one in between Scott Frost Savior and No Clue Too Early to Tell, I'd put him in there. But I'm going to say high end too early to tell.
So you'd rather have this guy than Cameron Ward?
Yes, just because... I don't know how to say this. I just feel like...
Yeah, so put him in there.
I don't know if Cameron Ward didn't have the money or what coming out of high school, but, I mean... If you know if you're a good quarterback. Even if your high school doesn't tell you, you know.
If you're a walk-on, it's a little weird. But you're not actually a walk-on. You're not just going out and trying out for the team.
No, it's a PWO.
Coaches are interested in you.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't want to give you a scholarship, but you're going to walk on. So I think it was hard for him to get any looks.
But I feel like you'd have to, you'd know if you're a good quarterback, you'd go to a camp.
Right, but maybe he didn't have the resources or whatever. We don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's possible. But I think this guy, on paper, looks better than Cameron Ward just because of that lower level still.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to put him in the No Clue Too Early to Tell.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I like him.
He literally hasn't played.
And then next up.
And lastly, we have Jack Plummer from Purdue.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know about this.
I don't know. I mean, so he played in the Big Ten. He's a junior, so we give him for 2 years. Possibly
2 or 3. Yeah,
possibly 3, but I'm thinking 2 at the most. He's going to transfer again. I don't know.
He lost the QB battle this year to Aiden O'Connell, who was an all third team or second team Big Ten this year. So
he played against Notre Dame. He definitely played that full game. Lost, but it was close. He definitely played against Illinois, but then didn't. He might have got taken out. He might have got taken out that game, yeah. And then he did not play when they beat Iowa, and I think that was about the end of his career.
At Purdue, yeah.
At Purdue, I don't really like him. I like him.
Can't move.
I like him more than Emory Jones.
You do. Just because of the passing?
Just because I don't think Emory Jones is what everyone thinks he is.
That's fair.
I mean, if you look at Florida's schedule, they got killed by the good teams in the SEC.
And they played close with
all the bad teams.
And they played close with Alabama, actually.
Everyone played close to Alabama. I don't know. Alabama
Except for Georgia.
Alabama was so weird this year. I'm not too sure Alabama's not going to get beat by freaking Cincinnati.
I hope they do.
But
what do you think of Jack Plummer? I'm getting off topic.
I'm going to put him in the please no, but the only reason I'm not putting him in the okay, I guess, is because our two quarterbacks are in there right now, and I feel like that's disrespectful.
Fair enough. Okay, so here's what we got. We got nobody in the drink the Kool-Aid. Kind of switched our minds on that. Scott Frost Savior is Kedon Slovis, so he is our top pick.
See, the drink the Kool-Aid, I would put Cameron Ward in there, but it's just like the tier level. You know, stats-wise, I'd be like, yes, please. I mean, all for it. But it's like, I don't want to be like, yes, 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 just kind of like we did with Adrian Martinez when he got signed.
Right.
And then, like,
it just didn't.
Because you put too big of, you don't put too much pressure on him, you expect too much, and then you got all these Nebraska haters out there being like, nope, can't have this guy. He's terrible.
Yeah.
Which I hope Adrian Martinez does great things.
Oh my God! I hope he wins the Heisman at K-State. Actually, I hope he gets second behind Kedon Slovis at Nebraska.
Or Cameron Ward.
Or Cameron Ward or Logan Smothers. Yeah.
Or Jack Miller, my boy.
Or Omar Manning. I don't know. But so right now we have Kedon Slovis as the top ranked guy we want. You agree with that?
No. I don't think he's the top ranked guy we want. I think.
Well, okay, the already committed don't count.
No, I think.
Who would you rather have than Kedon Slovis? You'd rather have Jack Miller than Kedon Slovis?
No.
You'd rather have a guy that hasn't played a single game than Kedon Slovis?
I just don't want. He's had 2 off years in a row. What's going to turn him around here?
I don't know, man. There's a reason the USC coach got fired, I guess.
I guess, but I mean,
he beat out JT Daniels.
I might want Cameron Ward over him.
Yeah.
I don't really want a one and done.
Yeah, Cameron Ward is my number one.
I don't really want a one and done because
like this the tier list you guys are
I think all a one and done is taking a year from Logan Smothers, not giving him a year to develop.
Fair.
I think it's just taking a year from him.
Yeah, because he's already used his red shirt and his COVID year. So
yeah, I think it's just taking a year from Logan Smothers.
All right, here's what I want to explain. The tier list you see on the screen right now is not a ranking.
No.
It's just so right now Kedon Slovis is on top, but in my opinion I would rather have Cameron Ward. But I agree with Zach.
Well.
It's a little early to tell with Cameron Ward, but he also has 4 years of eligibility.
Yes. So
yeah, I get what you're saying with that.
I love the Jack Miller. I would say if we were to rank, I'd go Cameron Ward, Kedon Slovis, Jack Miller, Harrison Barnes, Logan Smothers, Heinrich Harburg.
Keep going. I'll correct you at the end.
Wait, did I say?
You said Harrison Barnes. It's Harrison Bailey. Harrison Barnes plays for the Kings.
Yeah. Harrison Bailey. Anyways. And then Logan Smothers, Heinrich Harburg, Jack Plummer, and then Emory Jones.
All right, so we got Emory Jones, hater, on the podcast today.
I'm not a hater. I just don't think he's what's good for this program. I think he needs to go somewhere and play receiver.
Okay. All right, well, we're running out of time, so here's what we got. Nobody in Drink the Kool-Aid. Scott Frost Savior, Kedon Slovis. No clue / too early to tell. Cameron Ward, Harrison Bailey, Jack Miller. Okay, I guess. Logan Smothers, Heinrich Harburg. Please no. Emory Jones, Jack Plummer, and then the